signs and cross watchers, welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in Gemini to new moon in Capricorn, December 2022? I am your reader. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, M-A-L, they're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 and a half years of service at the time of this recording. I'm really happy about that. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box and you can preview it for free, and I'm really glad and happy about that too. You know what I'm really glad and happy about though? That I have been 1 year on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Subscription service platform, love it so much. Been having a field day over there. Creative, mystical artist that I am. Spiritual teacher, healer, reader, blah, 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 blah. I love it. Every morning, my subscribers get to chat with me with an unlisted YouTube live stream. We literally chat. Me sitting on the couch, doing it from the laptop, cup of coffee, bathrobe, talking about the day's astrology, the magical applications of said astrology, the spiritual implications, when to do what, and but you do you. All of my subscribers get that, as well as they get all the extended readings, part 1 on YouTube, there's part 2 on Vimeo, but all of my subscribers get all of the extended readings. There's quite a bit of them on there, past, present, and into the future, as long as they are subscribers. But we've been doing more and more Zoom recorded events there. Probably going to do a drunk tarot party. I haven't done one in a while for the holidays. You know, pull some cards, do some reads. It's going to be a lot of fun. Taking clients and all of that. It's a lot. It's a busy season, but I'm up for it. So if you want the deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mel, check the links. We've got 8 levels of subscription: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess, Seeker, and Mystic are new. So check it out. There's all sorts of cool stuff on there. Video workshops you can watch whenever you like. Part of your subscription. I love it. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. Just call me Mal. Hey. Hey. Hi. Yeah, it's shadow read time. Yay. Said nobody ever. But these are important, so let's get down to business. Just for starters, if you're new to the channel, an 8-card draw is just 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. The 8-card draws are for the waning moon, the full to new, in this case, December 2022, to help you release, let go, do the alchemy, the spiritual alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace. Just remember there are 3 atoms in between lead and gold. You burn those off, transform them, release them. That's the symbolic nature of spiritual alchemy, and particularly shadow work, releasing those 3 atoms. So we're going to be using the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, our second to last card down, because Ganesh is pretty good at removing obstacles. Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. But hey, look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more insight. And let's look at this 2-week period. The full moon in Gemini on a Wednesday, which in and of itself is such a double whammy of Mercury energy. Wednesday, Mercury day, mercredi, oh, mercredi, mon ami. Right? So we got that, and Gemini ruled by Mercury. That could be a lot, right? So when the moon rides out her peak, then ye hearts desire seek, and that's December 7th, 11:08 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York, so a lovely time to get that magic done. That'll be a lot of fun. And then in that 2-week period, we do have the 21st of December, Yule, winter solstice, first day of Capricorn. And of course, but 2 days later, we hit the new moon in Capricorn, right? It's on a Friday, December 23rd, 5:17 a.m., but be careful because Chiron goes direct in Aries the same day. The wounded healer. It could be very interesting, and it's in the sign of Aries, the sign of the child, so could be hopefully an interesting opportunity. But do keep in mind, 3 days before the new moon is the dark moon, when the shadow work tends to be at its most intense. So that'll be in Sagittarius. great fun. So let's see what hits the table. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace needed to help you do effective shadow work, healing, clearing, cleaning, releasing, surrendering, whatever. There's some wonderful links in the description box from other teachers, like a wonderful documentary called The Shadow Effect featuring Debbie Forge, no longer on the planet with us, but boy did she leave quite a wonderful introduction to shadow work in general. All sorts of links in there to help you out, but also I'm available for spiritual counseling and private reading and have been for decades. So is that about it? Oh yeah, except cross-watchers. Look, if you apply this to yourself, you're going to heal a little bit by little bit by little bit over a 2-week period. But you'll also be holographically healing the Taurus you are cross-watching for. And Tauruses, you do this for yourself, you're helping your entire zodiacal collective. Something to think about. Well, you ready? Enough explanation? Yeah, let's do some divination. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Yeah, and here we go. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading, pantheons of the divine, please leave one of these wonderful Carolyn Mace, MYSS, she's a PhD, archetype cards in my hand to represent, to indicate the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the head of the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and or cross-watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading, determining the electromagnetic dynamics of all the chakras underneath it, beaming down the codes like a satellite, the signals, shifting what they attract and what they repel so that they hopefully will no longer delay what cannot be prevented in letting go, releasing, doing the shadow work this full to new December 2022. And you got the angel archetype. This one has not come up in a really long time. I mean, it's a big deck. DECK. Clarifying. The angel archetype is certainly a member of the divine family archetype, 9 different families. So this is an archetype of spiritual power. Now, before we get into this, you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it is the season, right? Season of angels, right? But the archetype, there's a lot in there to unpack, particularly since the word angel means messenger of light or messenger of love, translated from, I believe, the ancient Hebrew. But, you know, I'm a witch, although I can be a cunning linguist. Not since the 80s. The shadow attribute is the lead, the shadow, the stuff you don't want to look at, shadow work, right? The light attribute written on the card is what you're shooting for, and as you heal this within yourself, bit by bit by bit, reason, season, or lifetime, maybe you're dealing with somebody else who has it, it's still your lesson on your end of it, then you're moving this world into the gold, which is helping those in need with no expectation of return. That's lovely, right? Really serving, delivering, doing what you do. And it's like, no, I'm on mission. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Blessed be. Happy holidays. Poof. And angels always disappear as soon as the thing is done. All those stories of people breaking down on the side of the road, right? And then they turn to say thank you, and they're gone. It's practically guaranteed if you have a flat tire on a deserted road that within probably 11 minutes, an angel will show up dressed up as something or somewhat. I mean, depending on who you know, I suppose, in the upper echelons of the divine. So let's have a look. This is great. So you got a literal angel, an archetypal, I should say, symbolic angel over your head. So the next 4 chakras down we're going to do with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. A feminist deck because it's feminine energy. But it's not about bodily gender. Yin dynamic, internal world, the world behind your eyes, your spiritual, mental, will, and emotional power, and throat chakra willpower, choices and decisions. You can delay this, but it cannot be prevented. And how many times you want to keep coming back to do the same thing? Please take a nice deep breath. Ooh, spine straightening. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of earth, the sign of Taurus, powers of the north, please, one card from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, heart, throat, third eye, crown, internal, the internal, dynamic, feminine energy, goddess energy, for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Insight to help them alchemize that angel from shadow to light, lead to gold, paint to peace, this full to new December 2022, Justice, Ma'at. When it's a major arcana card, it's all 4 chakras. If it was blades, which is swords, that might be element of air, third eye, or throat. Water could be the heart chakra. I feel them out as I go. But when it's major arcana, we only have 2 tarot decks here of the 8 card draw. So this is Ma'at, who weighs your heart against a feather upon your death to see if A, you get to move on, or B, have to reincarnate. But in some translations of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, your soul gets eaten by a demon. I don't know if that works. The soul is immortal. So whatever. I don't know. You choose your mystery, choose your adventure. But certainly that speaks about balance, right? That speaks about fairness. Certainly someone who has that kind of sense of maybe even social justice on the inside would show up. And let's get these words accurate. Help those in need with no expectation of return, which would certainly determine that your heart would be lighter than, I believe it's an ostrich feather, I believe. Or at least it certainly looks like one in this artwork, right? So Ma'at, look her up. I'm sure she's looked you up already. And it is the legal stuff. It is as well as all of that, right? All the laws and the legal, but it can be a karmic thing you're working out too, because justice is often about balancing the scales of karma. Interesting. Let's see what's going on in the outside world. The masculine energy. We're doing the lower 3 chakras with the mythic tarot. Outside looking in at you, or you from the inside looking out at a person, place, or thing. Maybe all of that, because lower 3 chakras are relationships in the physical world as well. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's keep this simple. Still point. As I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Taurus, powers of the north, please, one card in clarity from the mythic tarot for the masculine dynamic, lower 3 chakra dynamics, inside out, outside in, purple, people, places, and things. Slow your roll now. Ground. The energy's high on this. So please, solar plexus, their personal power, their honor code, what they will, what they won't, what they do, what they don't, their boundaries, their self-esteem as a verb, their self-image as a noun, second chakra, one-on-one relationships, money, sex, power, creativity, sexuality, root chakra, physical body, physical issues, tribes, groups, circles of friends, their nationality, their ancestral heritage, their favorite band, 3 or more, they're involved, it's a tribe. Please clarify, what do they need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakra dynamic, this full to new December 2022, and you got the High Priestess. I'll say it's a major arcana. Look, there are only 2 tarot decks on the table. So again, all 3 here, all 4 chakras here, all 3. So you are going through something major, right? Major arcana for me are archetypal places, like stages in your life that you go through, usually for a season, not just for a reason, maybe even a lifetime. Where minor arcana are things that you deal with and things that happen. I would say that you are in stillness, you are in silence, you are in meditation, you are not talking much about it, but there is deep secret knowledge that you have, and that knowledge might very well be from the divine, all of those chakras aligned as one, a full movement of energy, not just to bring you into balance and justice, but to have secrets and knowledge and deep wisdom about that you're probably not talking about. In Greek mythology, this is Persephone in her queen of the underworld, wife of the underworld, right? Maiden of spring, lady of summer, queen of the dead. Akasha! Well, that's Queen of the Damned, but whatever. And they ain't all damned down there. No, really, the underworld's lovely this time of year. The Elysian Fields always are, and the Isle of the Blessed is just stellar. Yeah, I have the River Styx Speed Pass. It comes with the job. All right, I like this. I mean, this makes sense, particularly the High Priestess, who serves often in silence, does what she's gotta does, and bolts, right? With no expectation of return. That's service. Service with maybe a very silent smile. Let's get you a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help unify that and give you a little mantra to do a little bit or a lot of it every day of the 2 weeks or whenever you're watching this. Please take a nice deep breath. still point. Yeah, you keep straightening my back. Oh, Major Arcana. Got it. Okay. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the Divine, which I know is sort of all of you, but particularly the Divine Family archetype of the Angel, please, beloved ones, one card in clarity for the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the clear, perfect, healing mantra to help them alchemize? Angel in the 8th, Ma'at, Justice on the inner, High Priestess Persephone on the outer, this full to new December 2022. Hearing inner guidance. Oh my God, my intuition flows whenever I am still. Much. High Priestess on the outer, balance, and that still point of the center of the scales. I love it. Intuition flows whenever I am still. So you don't have to rely fully on the mind and the programming, and this is how we do it. This is how our ancestors or whatever, how society does it. Just find stillness in your fixed earth. A lot easier for fixed earth. I'm mutable earth. Virgo, we got to make sure everything's kind of on lock before we do that. I'll speak for myself. I'll keep it in the eye, as they like to say. Where are we? Oh my God. Hearing inner guidance. Shall we? Let's see what Mr. Khan has to say. Say it with me, Aldizia. Khan! Hearing inner guidance. My intuition flows whenever I am still. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, or an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. Come on, that is the High Priestess. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstances or move forward into a brand new chapter. In either case, this is an opportunity to further align with your soul by embracing your needs, your inner needs, which is of balance and justice, and to making sure that your alignment is in a place where you can be the messenger of light, of truth, and with no expectation of reward, helping as you can. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, becoming a better listener, and being more open-minded. I love it. I love, love, love that, right? Hearing inner guidance. There, you know, his book, Matt Kahn's book, The Universe Always Has a Plan. I highly recommend it. 10 Golden Rules of Letting Go. I forget which one it is. But one of them is about a stillness and change, that I can see how everything changes. I can see how everything changes me for the better whenever I am still. So that is really a companion, if not an extrapolation of that. So if things are a little cuckoo bananas, as they are on the world right now, you really have the ability to align yourself on the inner by getting still. You know, and it's the holiday season. Lock yourself in the bathroom, turn on the shower, sit in it, just be there, right? Oh, sitting in the shower with the shower on, not a bath. It's a thing. If you have a cathartic moment, all the boogers and the tears go right down the drain, just saying. Virgo, practical. Shall we? Oh dear, we're already 5 cards in. Yeah, and it's the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. We're using her Whispers of Lord Ganesha in our second last card down, as I said. But this one often turns the party. It can bring up the romance card and really change the read. And it's the higher selves of all involved. Why shouldn't they? Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please, what is the whisper of love for the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the piece of information, inspiration, insight they need from their higher selves to alchemize this angel from shadow to light in the 8th, with Ma'at, Justice on the inner, High Priestess Persephone on the outer, hearing inner guidance because their intuition flows whenever they are still. This full to new December 2022. Treasure your loved ones. You can do that silently. I do all the time. I live alone with my cats. Well, my cats get. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see pictures of my 3 male black cats. I love them. Sebastian, Balthazar, Melchior. You know, I prefer to live alone. I am a Virgo because I get to work whenever I want, do laundry when I feel like it. but to treasure your loved ones even at a distance, in body or not in body. It is important to love others deeply. You will be able to do that. Getting still. You'll be able to do that. To be in the present moment. Power of now. Eckhart Tolle. Zen Buddhism. Find something, a meditational process or something or other. Plus, I got a lot of stuff on Vimeo on demand, but remember, you can get it all on Patreon depending on your level of description. But I like that from the higher selves. Treasure your loved ones. That'll get your heart open and will bring you into what? Emotional balance. You know, heart chakra, fourth chakra, is the balance of the 7. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, heart in the middle. I didn't make it that way. Ow, I did math. So, if you're going to do some shadow work, why not call upon your spirit animals and totems? And that's why we're using the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Spirit animals and totems are not the same thing, and here's how I was taught. Think of all the dogs that played Lassie in all them movies and TV shows. Wasn't all one dog. Each one of them is a spirit animal that played Lassie, and I'm sure had names that were not Lassie off stage or off camera, right? But the totem of the dog is the soul of all the spirit energy of all dogs as one thing. It's a little bit different. Let's see who's with you. Please take a nice deep breath. All right, I hear ya. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Taurus collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, the protection, and the oracle message to help them alchemize, led to gold with the angel archetype in the 8th chakra, justice on the inner, high priestess on the outer, hearing inner guidance, which is such a natural for those 2 tarot cards, treasuring their loved ones. It is important for them to love others deeply. This full to new December 2022. Swan! Oh my goodness gracious. Just avoid ballet. Black Swan, that movie freaked me out. I'm a dancer. Lived with bun heads. Wouldn't have shocked me if they sprouted wings. Beauty! B-E-A-U-T-Y. Beauty. Beauty! Probably, at least you didn't get the beast. Yeah, card number 20. Beauty. Boy, I hope this isn't a Zeus reference. Let's find out. I don't think we've had this one before. Had this maybe a little bit over a year. I don't think we've had this one before. Maybe early on. I'm just going to read you the first part, the verbal description, and the magical application. Card number 20, Swan. Beauty. Beauty is all around us if we care to observe it. The natural world provides so much of it. However, remember, beauty is highly subjective. Oh yeah, especially for Virgos. Love yourself first and know yourself. Look for the beauty in the situation. Ask, and your questions will be answered. That's a lot. But I will say this, swans do partner for life. Monogamous waterfowl. Not a great name for a band. The magic. Swan magic is pure and graceful. It is perfect to use for love workings. No expectation of reward, but treasuring your loved ones without expectation of reward is what's on the table, right? And very healing, very aligning. And also when you wish to find more beauty in your world. That makes sense. Everyone could do with a bit more beauty in their lives. Well, ain't that the truth? Well, I don't know how much more I can take, honestly. Fiddle-dee-dee. No, I've been doing way too many MC Beaton audiobooks. Royal Ambition series is really good, although I don't know why I did it with a southern accent, but whatever. You do you. Okay, so look, you've got an angel here with beauty. To me, Swan is a bird of grace from the medicine cards by Jamie Sams back in the 80s. But there is something about Swan magic that is very graceful, like, you know, Grace under pressure. Grace under fire, remember her? Oh, I miss her. She was a lot of fun. So look, there's an alignment here that really, stillness, that's what's being asked of you. You're a fixed earth sign. You can do this. So let's remove some obstacles with another one would think earth element, kind of sort of. Lord Ganesh, elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity, also known as the remover of obstacles. And believe me, he wants to see you do what you came into this life to do, because you're way more interesting when you do. Let's shift from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace with Lord Ganesh. Please take a nice deep breath. And that ocean wave music is so right on cue today. Still point. It drowns out when the garbage man comes. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Please, beloved one, gentle giant remover of obstacles that you are, please, one card in clarity for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, removing them obstacles with angels in the eighth, justice on the inner, high priestess on the outer, hearing inner guidance, treasuring their loved ones in beauty with the swan. This full to new December. That one, 2022. Splendor. This one is about beauty. Splendor. In or out of the grass. It's a book. It's a movie. I didn't make up splendor in the grass. Although grass, depending on your age, generation that you're in, might have a different meaning. Card number 46, and it's a Ganesh hanging out with a flutter by butterfly. 46. You got essentially a double whammy here with the swan. And then splendor. Oh, how splendorous. Please breathe in the Ganesh splendor. Seek and honor the beauty and splendor that is within and around you. It's the same thing as the swan, but coming from a divine elephant. Ganesha is surrounded by beauty in this card and is calling it to your attention. Awaken to see what you are surrounding yourself with at this moment. See more deeply and be aware of the impact of your surroundings on what you create in your life. Ganesh urges you to let beauty penetrate into your heart, treasuring the ones you love deeply, right? You will naturally respond to this beauty by fostering more care and love, not only in your life, but also in the lives of those around you. Treasure your loved ones. If your critical voice has been overactive lately, or if you find that you've been dwelling on negative behaviors, take a moment and realign yourself. That's exactly what these readings are for, actually. You arrived in this world as a unique and magnificent individual. The core of your being is whole, W-H-O-L-E, not the Courtney Love Band, just to clarify. Beautiful and filled with love. Courtney or otherwise, the essence of the higher self wants nothing more or less than for you to be who you were created to be. Ganesha is standing in a meadow surrounded by flowers. The flowers symbolize perfection and beauty. The variety of colors, streams, healing, loving energy in your direction. The butterflies symbolize the change and evolution that your soul is undertaking. The word butterfly in Greek is psyche, and it means the soul. Same thing. See the splendor that is being shown to you and utilize the energy in support of your own transformation. So I think we got an angel hearing inner guidance with beauty and splendor so far. That's a good title. Well, I would think the earth signs would go with that. Well, what kind of beauty? Well, the more that's, well, hopefully not just skin deep, right? That's fine. You know, little Lancome goes a long way. All right. Last card down, the gold within the lead, right? The blessing, the hidden blessing throughout all of this. A little clue, a little tip, a little hint from The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. We do the blessings for real. This is the hidden blessing. If you do the alchemy, release those 3 atoms little by little to the best of your ability. You can't compare healing journeys. You just can't. There's a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us. A Course in Miracles said that, and I think it's true. So I will do the blessing for real at the end of it. That is typically the end of the reading, except that I do this last little 2-minute thing where I release the collective and the cross watchers by letting any residual goofy that might be hiding in my cell tissue out into the world to run free, unless it's a womp womp card. But there's still a blessing even in the womp womp, but we see how it goes. From the sacred to the profane, I am all of that and a side of fries. Please take a nice deep breath. Sublime and the ridiculous. Still point. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, please, one card in clarity, a delegation for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Watching this video, receiving this reading, pantheons of pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures from the beginning of time to this present moment. What is the hidden blessing, please? The lead within the gold, the clue, the tip, the hint, to give them a little light at the end of the tunnel, although this doesn't feel horrible. One would think with justice on the inner that there might have been an injustice done. Hearing inner guidance, finding the stillness to know what to do, particularly with the angel archetype, but there's beauty all around them and splendor all around them. You just need to treasure their loved ones, and with High Priestess, they can do that silently. So please, what is the gold within the lead, the hidden blessing for the Taurus collective and the cross watchers this full to new December 2022? I can believe this. I can believe this, considering what I do for a living. A blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. I think it's a triple whammy. It is saying your senses to drink in essentially the beauty and the splendor all around you. I've said over and over and over, and if when I die, I want it chiseled on the monument of the memorial. He was the fun one. He had good hair. He knew what he was talking about, and the gods put the right cards in his hand, and that took decades to develop that sort of trust in both directions. In perfect love and perfect trust, turn these cards. I guess I must. All right, enough goofing around. Here comes the blessing itself. Clear your throat. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Say it through me, pantheons of pantheons. Still point. And here we go. Card number 7, a blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. A blessing to assist you in making the most of your senses and appreciating them, and thus enhancing their beauty within your life. May you be blessed with a keen, sensual appreciation of the natural world and all that it has gifted to you through the senses you have been so very blessed to receive. May your 2 eyes see far and take in the beauty of the world. May they open upon days of joy and close on deeds well done. May the color and the shapes of the world be visions of delight to you. And may you find beauty in the pavement and in the tar and in the stoned forests of the cities. May you be given mountains to gaze upon, seas of blue and azure to be reflected within your eyes, green fields and wildflowers to delight you with all the beauty that there is. May you find this beauty within your own form and gaze upon yourself with satisfaction and knowledge that the universe has created a unique moment of wonder within you. This is already on the table twice. May your lips taste wild honey and your tongue find pleasure in the food on your table, and may the meals of your life be sensual delights, enriching the marvel that is your body, fueling you to greater good health. May the texture and delights and sensations of taste be taken slowly, without greed or hurry, and when you are satisfied, let you give thanks to the natural world for its offerings to you, the earth's child. May your skin sense the world about you and within you, touching those with comfort, nurturing, soothing, and the healing of human touch will be yours. Let those who touch return that gift, and may the exquisite sensitivity of the body transport you, yet never devour you. May your ears be blessed with the sounds of all the wild world, the whisper of trees speaking with each other, the bird song, at each change of season, the sound of speech that is beautiful, truthful, and pleasing, the rich silence of nature that allows you to know yourself so deeply. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So motivate. So it is. You couldn't ask for a more Taurus read. Come on. Or hit the thumbs up, the like button for that. This is a spot on Taurus read with a triple whammy of beauty and splendor and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, subscribe if you want more of me here on YouTube, because like I said, they put the right cards in my hand. You should see the amount of spiritual practice I do before I turn on the camera. I hope guarantees that I'm doing my best. And I know you're doing your best too, so hang in there. And if you want the deeper dive, you want some more support, come Patreon on Patreon Seeker. First level of subscription, $3 a month USD, United States dollars, gets you the daily streams and the extendeds. Above that, it just gets more and more and more. Come Patreon on Patreon. I promise you you'll enjoy it, or at least just check it out, see how beautiful I made it. And if you want a private reading, easy enough to do, simple enough to do, there is a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mel explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mel, but perhaps we're afraid to ask, so get still, ask, and I'm here if you need me. But seriously, this feels like one of the nicer 8-card draw shadow reads I've done in a while. So hang in there, have at it. I love you and do your best. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.